Hi, I'm Casey with Voodoo Rods, and today we're going to talk about finding a spine or splining the blank. Some people call it different things. I just call it finding the spine. First question we need to ask is this necessary? Some builders say it's not, some do. Some builders like to build on the straightest axis. Grab a blank, look down, see where if there's a curve. Some like to turn the curve up, some like to turn the curve down, but build on the straightest axis. Mainly because when you're building a rod, you hand it to a customer. Sometimes the first thing they do is they look, make sure that thing is straight. To me, and I'll show you in a second on how I do it, but a blank wants to bend in a certain way, and I'm going to build it how the blank wants to bend. So let's find the spine on this. So this is a rod I'm about to build. This is a Rod Geeks XE736, pretty stout. But first thing I do is I'm putting pressure down here, pushing up here. And the blank's going to want to roll. It's going to naturally go into a certain bend. And I'll get close. I'll put a little piece of tape here with a little black dot right here. And you can see it, how it wants to pop into. Real simple. There are tools. Back here, there's a tool you can buy. I bought this when I first started building years ago, a spine finder. It's very difficult to work with. This is really easy. So as you can see, blank wants to go. When I bend it, it rolls into one spot, and this is where the blank wants to bend. So I'm going to build it on that particular angle. So what I do is I get it, I feel it. I have a little piece of tape kind of halfway down. Get that bend. I line it up with my head in that same bend. And I'm making a line right on there. Now if I was doing a spinning rod, then I already have my mark to line up my reel seat and my guides. The guides will be put on the side of the blank where that mark is if you're doing a spinning. That's where you bend it. This is a conventional, so I'm gonna take that mark and move it to the other side. Just a little art store circle maker. I'll find where it goes on here. There's little dots on either side of the circle. So I just mark it down here, line it up, and mark my line on the other side. Now I only mark it with the little T just so I know it's the top. So now when I'm putting my reel seat on, I'm lining up the reel seat to that mark at the top. So just a little quick tip on how I do it. Not saying this is the right way. I'll probably say this in a lot of videos, just showing how I do things. As I get questions asked a lot online, just through customers purchasing stuff from us. So hope this helps out. Thought about this after the fact, so I'm gonna add this little portion to the back end of the spine video, finding the spine video. But we did a bigger blank earlier. If you're doing an ultralight, a light, just a real small diameter blank, you're going to find in those, you may actually find two different spines. One's going to go and you're going to turn a little bit, it may pop completely on the other side. Most of the time, they're 180 degrees from each other, but sometimes they'll maybe a little off. But what I do is one just always seems a little more pronounced. One is easier to turn off of when you're using this method right here. Pressure down here, pressure up here, and you spin. One's going to want to pop in when you roll it in your hand. It's going to pop in more. So that's the one that I actually use. Again, why I do it is, to me, the blank wants to bend that way, so I'm going to build it like it wants to bend. So again, find that little. Find the one that's more pronounced right here, and I make my mark right on the top with a little Sharpie. And that just gives me shows me my mark to either line up my guides on a spinning or the bottom of the reel seat. What I use is I'm doing a casting rod, I'll line my trigger on here, and then you won't need it for your guides after that. Again, hope this helps out, and thanks for watching.